everyone. We're going to graph f of x, which is this number 4 here, and the secant line containing our x at -2, and 1. And we're going to have to find the y and find the equation of the secant line. So here's our function. The secant line is just the average rate of change, which equals the slope. Here's a little diagram showing the difference between secant line and a tangent line. And we want the rate of change from -2 to 1. So all I have to do is find my y. So I have to find f of -2. So plug in -2. And that's going to be 4 plus 10. And that gives you 14. And the other one is 1. So f of 1 equals 1 minus 5 is -4. All right, and then to get your slope, you just have to plug that in. We can call this point 1 and point 2. So our slope is going to be -4 minus 14 divided by 1 minus a -2. So this is going to equal -18 divided by 3, which is -6. Now we have y equals -6x plus b. We're going to write the equation of the secant line. Plug in one of these points. I guess I'll plug in this one. So you have -4 equals -6 plus b. When you plug in the 1 there, add the 6, so 2 equals b. So the equation, go back to here and plug in your 2. Your equation of your secant lines can be y equals -6x plus 2. It's a pretty steep slope. And so let's graph this, and I got to remember these real quick. I should write them down. -2, 14, 1, -4. So -2, 14, and I already forgot. 1, -4. Now, if you look at this, you know your y-intercept and x-intercept are both 0, 0. Let's factor this. 0 equals x times x minus 5. So we get x equals 0 and x equals 5. So we're out here at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The midpoint between 0 and 5 is about 2.5. So we're just going to sketch the vertex. I'm not going to get into getting the vertex and all that. But I know that -2 maps to 14, which I don't really have room up here. So I'm going to put it right about there. And I know 1 maps to -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I know these 3 critical points. And I know this is the midpoint, so we're down in here. If I, 2.2, if I plug that in, I'll be down in here somewhere. So just sketch this graph. So we're going through 0 and -4 here. And then I'm not sure about the vertex, but I'm estimating that. Go back up here. Kind of sketch it here. So there's your graph of this. Now your equation of your secant line is y equals, was it -6? -6x plus 2. So I know my y-intercept is 2. And we're matching up these 2 points here. This one with one way up here. So I'm going to sketch that. There's your secant line right there. And to do the equation of the secant line, you kind of want to extend this out. And there's your 2 graphs. The equation of the secant line, and this middle part here, your secant line, this part is just -6. So that part's -6. All right? And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Class, Miss Shaw's class. Boy, I love math. Miss Shaw's class, Miss Shaw's class. Don't fail, watch Miss